Hello. Hi. Is this actually adjusted? Sorry, knocked the cam over. Anyway, I think that works. Probably. Hi. It is Sunday. It is 12:30, January 13th, 2019, and we are still making indie games. Today, let me think. Last time I streamed, I was, must have been about 3 days ago. A little less than that. I was working on having an opening cinematic. It's not the right way to put it. It's not cinematic. What I was doing was I wanted to set up a thing where when you first load into a level, you see all the conversation you're going to see in a kind of narrative beat, and then as soon as you move, it goes away. I think I did that, started that on Thursday. I spent all of Friday kind of getting that to work, like actually finishing that. And then, what do you call it? Bug fixes with it. And same thing, I didn't work much yesterday on Saturday. I just got in like I found a couple more edge cases and fixed them. And today, this morning, I just made sure that that was set up. Like I've stubbed it in for the first 8 levels. So I can play through that and I'll show you guys what it looks like. This needs to change. I haven't written this yet. I think this needs to be short. But this is what happens when you open the game for the first time. That all needs work. The UI is temp. But bam, you enter into this kind of narrative moment. You have this backdrop here behind Rue and everything, and as soon as you move... Oh, another thing I did was I fixed the controller stuff again, and I just generally cleaned up the player controller. It was pretty clean, but needed a bit of work. Anyway, as soon as you move, that goes away, and you're in the regular camera. As soon as you hit the next level, bam, back in another cutscene. As soon as you move... This is interesting. I was supposed to set it up so that it works with this as well, but I apparently didn't. So the first thing I'm going to do is fix that. And then I'm going to putter and do random things today. That's it. Because it's been the weekend, I don't have an update from anybody else. Yo, Mitchell, welcome back, man. You left town for the holidays, right? Alright, so I had added this thing that I thought would work. This is the player controller. This just detects when the right thumbstick moves. This gets the absolute value, finds out if it's more than 0.75, so basically if it's outside of a certain range. Like if you just kind of wiggle the thumbstick, I don't want anything to happen. I want you to exert some control in order to start moving the camera. But forget that. And camera's ready for thumbstick input, which I'll explain that. So there's a bool, are we looking for the camera thumbstick to change? If so, you've hit a controller button. If we're waiting for input mode, which we should be, we should call this. Alright, I'm just gonna add a breakpoint here. We should hit that breakpoint. We went to Spokane, Washington. You have family there, right, man? You've been incredibly patient. I planned my next big beat, like, oh, your partner, nice. That's much more fun. My next big beat for the game is either GDC or PAX East or, what do you call it? The one in London. Jesus, I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, sometime in March we'll be showing the game to people, so I'm trying to get the UI and the environment all done. That must be nice to be near your family. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know you. Let's not judge. I mean, I know you, but... Oh, you didn't get a CA. Yeah, GDC is so expensive. Alright, so this should hit the breakpoint. It's not hitting the breakpoint. Why not? What are you? Okay. What bullshit. But I know it's detecting it because it works. Like I can see in the background. It's working. What the fuck? Sorry, Mitchell, I didn't mean to like stop that conversation. 15 cousins. Wow. Hey, Isbrick, what's up? Is the bar pass the thing where you just go? Hang out at the bar? Because that sounds like my kind of pass for GDC. Man, I'd help you out if I could. So the event I wasn't thinking the name of is called EGX Rest. I'm sorry. Remember how you went to EGX? I might go to EGX Rest, the one in London. So I can get you a badge if you want to go. But there's a lot of ifs here. I don't know if I'm going yet. Like it's kind of expensive. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people love being CAs. It does sound like fun. So this works here. Which begs the question, why does it work here? I don't know. Monitor you. Well, that's not gonna work. Kind of a breakpoint on something that hits every tick. Oh, you don't hit every tick. How does the camera work? Every tick. Control on. Yeah, rotate. This should be triggering. Oh, there we go. It's just stuck on the wrong thing. Okay. You're maintaining it 0, 0. But that's not true, though. Okay, there we go. So you know it's true. Oh wait, I want it to be false. What the fuck? How does anything work? Is it a problem of not showing the correct thing? Like maybe the display is wrong? Okay. Are you telling me I never hit this? And how does the camera work? Oh, I'm manipulating the wrong goddamn. Of course. Sorry. I was messing with the wrong control thing. Okay, so this does work here. Okay, so here you work. Cool. Here, however. If this is less than that, that's less than that. Oh god, I get it. Don't mind me. I flipped the bowl. Okay, so if you're in the dead zone, this is are you in the dead zone? If you are in the dead zone, then say you're ready for input. I bet it works now. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just being dumb. That's literally the dumbest mistake. Going to TwitchCon EU. I don't think I'll be going to TwitchCon. Hey, Disan. Hey, Port Ponky. Is this secretly programming? Does it have to be a secret? Do we program? Are we shy about our programming, Port Ponky? Are we ashamed of it? You shouldn't feel ashamed like that. Alright, let's see. God damn it. No, no, still not doing it, What's your deal? Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, this is true. Never. Can this only be in one function? There's some weird stuff. Cause like, watch that. Should. What the fuck? Does it need to be? I might need to have this Okay, I have to have the viewport activated, otherwise it won't function, of course. Okay, okay. So it's not debugging if I don't have the viewport active, because reasons. So okay. Let's make sure I have the viewport active. That's a shame, because the second I bring this over here, I can't show it to you guys. Son of a bitch. Yeah, you just don't seem to give a shit. Definitely gotta fix that crap. So the player controller does not seem to know or care. That this is updating. Why? For axis mappings. Programs are people. Programs aren't real. Programs are illusionary. We want to make. Yeah. Don't leave those to another post. I want to know about the input stack. Oh, fuck. I suspect I can only call... I think I have like vague memories of this, that axis mappings you can only use in one spot. And it looks like most likely it's just getting used here and then I can't use it anywhere else. So the camera is detecting the thumbstick angle. Here's a quick way to test that theory. Can I just delete this and see if it still works? Yeah, I'm just gonna screenshot this so that I can fix it quickly. And then I'm gonna actually delete these nodes. And then we're gonna see if it works. It's gonna be testing my theory. Sup, Remarch? Yup. Okay, so axis mappings can only be used in one spot. So the player controller is where everything should live. this from before. So let's say I'm just going to promote this to a variable. Stick camera horizontal. And anybody else that wants this has to get it from the player controller. There's only one place that wants it. Stick camera vertical. Okay. Anyway, sorry. All that is to say, I had to add something to the player controller that would detect any time a button was hit, and then while I was at it, I added the ability to detect if it was a controller button or a keyboard button, just because I'm going to want that in the future to change things like the signage. So instead of saying WASD, it says, you know, icons for the controller and stuff. But now when I look around, it breaks me out of that scene. Okay, so we have these scenes when you start. I need to do things like change what that looks like. Look, she's sad. This all needs work. But I like the idea of it. Alright, if you're going into a narrative moment, start taking notes on all the various bugs. Going into a narrative moment, the levels hiding, I hide the levels obstructing the camera. I need that to be instant. In general, I need to do pass and all this. And that. And I'm just gonna polish up that today. Are there voiceovers or Simlish? I'm not sure. I did speak to... So, I'm glad you like it, Penguin. Mitchell. There isn't right now, Mitchell. I did talk to, there's an old friend of mine that does audio stuff, and I asked him to play through and tell me what he thinks, and I think he might, jump on and work with us on, like, coming up with, what do you call it, like, audio design for things like that. Like, should there be Simlish? What should it sound like when you go through the menu? Mixing in just sound effects, helping me figure out what it sounds like when characters move and stuff. If he's interested, I'm still not sure. He's playing the game right now, but he's an old buddy of mine, Pat Belthrop. Yeah, totally. We'll see. Like, again, this is a bit early. So far, he's still just like playing the game, but I'm really hopeful he joins us because I love working with him. And I told him I want everything to kind of sound like music. I want it all to sound whimsical. And I don't have time to like implement stuff. And he knows the editor really well, so we'll see. Still seeing if it'll work out. But one thing he asked is if I want Simlish, and I was like, oh. So it's something he might think about. I don't know yet. Especially now that there's these kind of like cutscenes. Yeah, I thought it would be good because he's basically like, you and him combined have, like, he's not a musician. He's just a traditional like Foley sound. Well, I mean, he's Pat Belthrop. He's fantastic, but Simlish is the thing you get when you play The Sims, where they talk in like not real words. You get it a lot in Japanese games as well. Like if you're playing how do I put it? Like if you're playing Zelda and stuff. Zelda's particularly funny because every time you talk to a chick, she goes like, ah, it's like, wow. All right. But in The Sims, it's more like Simlish. I don't know why we call it that, but I think it just generally started with The Sims. It's kind of like a kazoo noise whenever people talk. Man, some of the noises that they make in Zelda are just like, yeah, there's a range there from sounding like words to sounding like making a noise when you should be talking, kind of thing. I don't know what you're talking about, Isberg, but that's something. Okay. That bug is fixed. Now what? Oh, there's so many things I can do right now. I don't really have a decision on what to do. I'm gonna start writing things. I want the big scenes are unlocked, accordion unlocked, okay, how about this one, because this one just straight up doesn't exist. So let's go into this level, Quat's talking about let's meet that accordion down there. Problem, there is no accordion down there. But we do have this skeletal mesh that we're not using anymore. So let's just move that to this level. To this level. Alright, and I believe you start out hidden. Let's change that. Hidden. Let's set you to be -90. Okay, let's open up okay, it's not as clear he's talking about her. I need a spotlight on her. She should be animating. She should be stenciled. Alright, let's see here. 18, I believe. Custom depth. Or do we cheat the camera? Why is she not animated? Oops. Who's we? What are you talking about, Plenard? I think I'm gonna have to attach this. I'm just gonna cheat this whole thing. Oh, they talk to you. You exist. Like you are a person and Quad is a person. Well, a machine. Quad is a thing and you are a thing. Oops. Interesting. Right, yes. I don't know, Toppy. That depends. I will release it in as many places as I can so that as many people can play it as possible. Within the constraints of what I'm allowed to do based on what my business partners let me do. And that's all I can say. I'm glad you like it, Plenard. Wearing my Unreal Engine shirt. So that was an accident. I just have a lot of free swag from various people. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of the Epic Store. I like that they're doing that. I like Epic a lot. Do you cast a shadow? Because you shouldn't. Don't. Don't be casting shadows. Alright, let's attach a I want to attach this to Rue socket 1, I believe, is the floor. I don't know, it looks crazy now, but this will make sense. I want this to be the petals. Actually, just go detach. This, we're just cheating is basically what this is. So that I can angle her body more towards the camera. You know what? I'm afraid you're gonna ask, Toppy, is this coming out on Mac and Linux? Which is like, I keep forgetting I need to own a Mac, and I don't. In order to do that, I don't know what's involved. Like, I'd like to try. I very much want to try to make support as much stuff as possible. The storefronts are actually easier because all that is like convincing somebody, and if you don't convince somebody, it's like, well, I tried. Whereas the Mac stuff is like, well, I don't even own a Mac, so I clearly didn't give a shit. I need to own a Mac. Time for more dev grants. I got a source of income, partly Atomic, that I can't talk about yet. But that deal is signed and the money's coming, and that's how I hired up. If you caught the last stream, I'm working with some people. Can I compile instances of Macs in the cloud? I don't know. If I get a deal, like, if I know I'm gonna port to a bunch of different platforms, I'll probably hire up Disbelief and like Elmore's team to do it, and I'll probably just ask them to do the Mac for me. But that is a pain because, like, in the future, if I want to patch or, I don't know, release like an expansion or something, I want to be able to do it myself. So I'd rather, like, I want to have a dev kit for each thing I come out on. And ironically, like, in my head, it's easier to get a Microsoft dev kit than it is to use a Mac. Because I don't use Mac. And every time I have to use any kind of Apple product, I just lose my mind instantly. Like, I just can't. I've got some kind of allergy to fucking Apple products. Like, they don't make sense to me. It's like a brain problem with respect to just their user interface or something. Like, I don't know what the deal is. It's my and every, like, really it was the one button mouse where I just kind of lost all give a shit with Mac. I was like, I can't do things. I can't do things. I need 3 mouse buttons to operate Maya. What the hell are we doing here? It's not. Is it that it's too simple? Is it not just actually more complicated? Isn't it more simple to have one button rather than memorize like some kind of fucking hieroglyphic situation? Is it? No options. Too simple. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fewer options and you can do fewer things. I'll take that. It's my fault though. Everybody else in the world can figure out Mac, so at some point you just have to own that you're an idiot. And I will. It's fine. The Apple Watch. Yeah, I don't know. I used to make fun of those watches, but now as somebody who, it's so rude to be out in public and check your phone, but every now and then you're like, shit, I really need to, I'm waiting for a thing, and being able to glance down at your wrist and see like, nope, that's not the thing. Because my phone buzzes like 15 times a second, so I never know if it's important or not. Again, that's probably my fault. Microsoft added something to my desktop called Focus Assist, which I think is hilarious, right? Because what it does is it if you're in a thing, like if you're playing a game, it won't interrupt you with notifications until you leave the game. But I need that not when I'm gaming. Like, I need that when I'm working. Like, I wish Focus Assist would help me. Like, it's cute that they want me to focus on playing Civilization, but really what I want is to be focused on the Unreal Engine. I don't know how to, I feel like there's just a priority problem here with respect to Focus Assist. Also, I didn't set it up, it just started happening one day, which is a little bit concerning. Oh, when the night thing, yeah, the night shift. I was told to put that on, that would help me sleep better at night and stuff, but I hated it, so I didn't. So I just don't have that. The thing where like your monitors turn like beige after 9 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's great for programmers, but it's really not useful if you're an artist to just fuck with your color settings while you're working. The real thing that helps you sleep at night is not using a computer. Well, you know, look, man, this is where all my work and fun comes from, is from this thing, so. Clip-on tinters. Yeah, I dig it. I don't know. I used to, I don't usually have trouble falling asleep at night, so that's not an issue. I usually have trouble sleeping through the night. I don't think any kind of monitor situation tinting thing is going to help with that. Yeah, I've heard about that, Partly Atomic. The glasses that are better for, like, save your eyes while you're working. I like how our bodies are rebelling against how much time we spend looking at a computer, and our solution is to fix our bodies. But I mean, I'm right on board with that, right? Like, I agree. Like, no, body, you're gonna need to. My eyes are just gonna have to figure out a way to make it happen. This is the new. We just need to, like, bootstrap human evolution to the point where we're cool with this computer thing. Yeah. Partly Atomic, I think what helped is that I was never active growing up. Um, so, and I don't know, it's hard to say. Either I started working constantly and didn't feel like shit, or I felt like shit all the time, but because you have no point of reference that isn't feeling like shit, you don't know that you feel like shit. So either way, I was just kind of like fine with it. Um, like I never had that thing where working for long periods of time hurts you. The only reason I'm aware that could be the case is Brick is because I used to drink heavily, and I would remember distinctly, like, I would go 2 days without drinking, and I would wake up and I'd be like, wow, I feel amazing. This feels great. Why do I feel so good? Oh, it's because I didn't drink for 2 days. Man, I wonder if this is what people feel like all the time, like other people. And then I'd go right back to drinking every day. Which is probably, I don't know, not ideal. I don't do that anymore. But I suspect for a lot of us on the computer, it's the same thing. You have one day where you're out in the, like, you go out hiking or something and you're just away from the screen for 2 days and you're like, wow, I feel so clear-headed. Undiagnosed ADHD for 20 years. That'll do it. Well, for a while they were over-prescribing those drugs. Like, I'm 32, as Brick. So for a while, like, I remember my brother, my brother was in a class in elementary school where the teacher had the entire class put on ADD medicine. And she wanted to put my brother on medicine for ADD, and so my mom said okay, and she filled the prescription, and she just gave my brother sugar pills, and she told my brother, this is medicine that'll make you focus. And as far my brother started focusing, and everybody's like, yeah, he had ADD, and look, now he's doing so much better. And my mom's just like, I'm giving him sugar pills. I have been for a month now, and this teacher is putting everybody on ADD medicine, and just started a whole fucking thing. She was real pissed about it. 87 is Brick. My birthday was just last week. It's January 4. I asked my parents if anybody suspected anything when I was a kid. And no one brought anything up, even though I have all the classic signs. Yeah. It's hard. Well, it's hard because kids are energetic little machines. Like, you don't know what's normal. I remember just being incredibly uninterested in math when I was a kid. And then one day I got glasses and I could see the board. And I was just good at math for the rest of school. Because it didn't occur to me. I would look up and I'd be squinting and I couldn't quite see what was up there. And I was like, fuck it. Because I'm like in first grade. The fuck do I know? Nobody questioned it. They're like, Gwen just doesn't like math much. Yeah, you're the same way, practically blind. Yeah, it's like, more recess and less homework has been shown for better schoolwork. Yeah, sure, maybe. Yeah. Second you put on glasses and you tell your mom you can see her grays, that's how you lose your glasses. Yeah, Isberg, we're slipping into the future, man. What was I doing? Yeah, okay. So this scene. Probably want like a spotlight on her. Let's just figure out what we want this to look like. I don't know what you're saying, Isberg. What do I want to happen here? This is gonna go away when we redo the environment art. We'll quit it. So we want Maybe get rid of that backdrop entirely. Show me this wall. You're gonna try downloading your brain into the internet like Elon Musk? I don't know if Elon Musk is actually doing that. I just assume that's something he would probably do. This is a mock-up of what I'm talking about. The hint shadow direction. Oh. That's not bad that there's a little arrow there. That's doable actually, yeah. That's an interesting idea, partly. Zing! I like it. I like that, partly. I'll think on that. Okay, first what I want to do is I want the screenshot without the backdrop on it. So let's get the place where I'm setting this. I'm not saying it's the smartest place to put it, but there's this giant spreadsheet with all the information for each level, and in it I just have a struct called the level scene start that takes an overlay, which is just a texture for the background, and I don't have these set yet to anything logical. But let's set that to, let's just clear that. I hope it works if I just clear it. I hope that's okay. Hey man, we all start somewhere. Microsoft Paint was the shit back in the day. That was the OG pixel art. Nope, still put it there. Interesting. Why? Where are we? Level, oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Eep. Put that back here. Level 7. Clear. Couldn't wait the 3 seconds for Photoshop to boot. That's impatient. Our generation is the instant gratification generation. That is what they say. Why did it put an overlay? This is definitely 07, right? Definitely has no overlay. Did I ever actually implement this? Okay, let's look at my bullshit code here. So this is really bad and I'm sorry. This entire blueprint is out of control and someday I'm gonna clean it up. Yeah, no. Oh, that's right. This wasn't working, so I just disconnected it. Well, that's mature. So let's fix it. So on this spreadsheet, I'm defining this material and this struct. And here I'm breaking the struct and I'm using it and I wanted to connect it up here. And that didn't work. I don't know why. It should work. This, what are you? You're a material. You're a material. Plugging this variable into this should work. Seems logical. Does it compile? Yeah, that's working. Wonder why I disconnected that. It's definitely working. Okay, so and now if I go in here, there is none. Good. Okay. Sweet. Try print screen when he's not blinking. Alright. Sweet. Okay, so now we're working with this, which will let us think this through a bit. So, what do we want the backdrop to be? We could, why not make purple? Because that looks stupid, that's why. Okay, fair. Fair point. All these fun brushes to play with. It's for comic book effects. So, manga sad. Oh god, they're so sad. Too sad. Less sad than that. What comic book sad? Okay. Go on. I just want inspiration. I just want to know. For a background. I don't want action lines. I don't think I want to do anything like cross-hatching. I might just want it's a sad comic book effect for the background or even the character. Not crying, just like Oh god, that's adorable. I mean, there's something to be said for this idea. How do I do that? I've started posting more regularly about my game, and I was wondering if there's any do's and don'ts you found through your experience. I don't. Tell me about your game, Fluffy. What's your like? Let's start with when are you thinking you're gonna launch roughly? Like roughly, what's your schedule like? And then we'll work backward from there. And I'm gonna grab a soda, so give me 2 seconds and then I'll reply. And you never replied. Damn it. Sorry, Fluffy. It'd help if I had more info. quiet today. Oh, making a 3D puzzle game for mobile. Probably release on PC too, then see where it goes. June-ish this year. Okay. So, let's see. 6 months from now. I assume you've launched on mobile before. Honestly, I don't know much about how to succeed in the mobile market. I don't know how to, like, I can't give any. I can tell you what I would do if I knew you were just launching in PC. I'd tell you to be careful, be aware of when the Steam summer sale is. I would tell you you probably want to organize your marketing so you have a major beat right at launch. Ideally, you want another beat maybe 3 to 6 months before launch. Generally, 6 months before launch is when you want to start having stories about your game, if at all possible. And there's different ways to do this. It's different if you're like AAA or III versus if you're a solo dev or an indie. I don't really know. I know a lot of the more indies tend to do things like I'm doing here, where you like blog and stuff. For some people, that's very. For some people, that's huge. I've never been good at this, so definitely don't follow me as a role model for this sort of thing. Getting involved, if you just need that first bit of attention and you're trying to go like indie scrappy, I'm doing the solo kind of deal. Screenshot Saturdays and leaning into hashtags on Twitter is huge. Generally, anytime you can lean into like hashtags or any kind of movement, that seems to be really helpful. It's such a completely different mindset. Like, what I'm gonna do, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have like a hands-on, and I'm gonna try to get into the press, like have enough interesting stuff to talk about probably in like March. And then I'll probably have maybe a slight drip of content, like show a content update or two. It's not really a plan between March and launch, to be honest. My plan is like have a marketing beat of some sort in March and then like have a trailer to drop with the game when I drop it. Having a good trailer is the most important thing in my opinion. Knowing ahead of time what kind of stories you can get out of the press is good. What makes you unique? Why is this game special? Like my initial thought was this is like I'm an animator making a game about 3 beautiful machines named Euler, Quat, and Rue. I released it. I announced it at the Animation Boot Camp. It's kind of a game made. It's a puzzle game made by an animator. I'm trying to lean into that angle a lot. Generally, there's different angles you can lean into. There's going to be other stuff that I haven't announced yet. When that comes out, I'll be leaning into like other things that I think will make it more of a story. "10 tips for making a good trailer." Avoid non-gameplay footage. This is all really good advice. I mean, usually when I do a trailer, I'm trying to think of what kind of. I usually have a story in it, and it doesn't have to be a story like a narrative. It could just be, oh look, this game is fun. Oh look, this game is frustrating. This game is really frustrating. Oh man, it's really hard. Oh, but you overcame the odds, or the opposite. Like our trailer for The Flame and the Flood was, you can craft, you can do this, you can do that. Oh, it's hard. Oh, you're getting attacked. Multiple shots of you getting attacked. Oh, things are bad. Crash. You died. The end. Game is launching, kind of thing. Like a kind of arc to the emotions. Do you or would you recommend posting work in progress stuff to get traction. Fluffy, I am not a marketing person, man. I've never been really good at marketing, so I feel bad giving advice because I'm honestly not very confident in this, right? In all seriousness, the reason The Flame and the Flood got the press it did was because we had a good story about us. That's all it really is. We happened to be laid off from Irrational Games at the same time together, and the press felt bad for us. And they were like, look, this group of people got made Game of the Year and they got laid off. Check out their game. And that helped us a lot. That, I would say, was a huge part of what got our Kickstarter successful, which got the ball rolling. And once you get enough eyeballs in your stuff, keeping eyeballs on it is okay. And I wouldn't say we did a really good job with marketing in general. Like, I would argue we would have had a stronger launch if we were better at marketing. And I don't feel like I particularly brought a lot to the table. So I feel really, I don't know, not the right person to ask about this. Like, I should probably have more of a following than I do. I should probably stream at regular intervals or something. I don't know. Like, but who the fuck knows, man? And there's a reality to some of this stuff. Like, how much does Twitch matter? Probably not at all. How much does... I'll say things will go viral on Twitter, and I'll tell you how to make things go viral on Twitter. Is definitely include, like, hashtags and stuff. But, like, a lot of games do really, really well on Twitter and like get retweeted and stuff because they look cool, but nobody buys them. Whereas people, especially on Steam, tend to buy they do buy the highly replayable roguelike builder kind of games and that sort of thing. I don't know why some things go. I don't really understand the market as well. Like, well, I don't understand marketing at all. Twitch is better for work ethic than exposure. Yeah, that's absolutely maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like, Epic puts a lot of money and energy into their streams and stuff, and they do it to promote their engine and so forth, and they do build a community around it. There's a side of Twitch that's also just like, I've always wanted to be somebody that makes money from making a game and selling the game, not from like being entertaining. Don't get me wrong, like I like speaking and stuff. I don't know why I'm against it. I'm not against it. But what I'm going into is like the difference between somebody who's going through the performance of making a game in order to get money from people through this stuff, like an influencer who's a streamer whose shtick is that they make games. I always thought that was weird. Like, I want to make games. That's the first thing. The Twitch thing is a secondary thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, things can go viral on Twitter and not sell very well. That's disheartening when that happens. I've definitely seen it quite a few times. And I like Jake Burkett, but he makes these posts about how many games you're going to sell based on your wish lists. And he does it off of like, he extrapolates his data off of 20 data points. And I'm not like, you know, fucking gifted with statistics and shit, but there's a high variability in the data and it's only 20 data points. And I just don't feel like we really know how many games you're going to sell based on your wish lists. Like, I just don't buy a lot of the things in his blog so much. There's definitely wisdom in a lot of that stuff. There's definitely truth that certain games do well. Like, you can look at the games that do well and you can see trends. It's not that my personality is having to sell it. It's that, like, I'm a game developer first and then an influencer, if I'm an influencer at all, which is probably not. I mean, there's a lot of truth to that partly atomic. The reason why a lot of people buy games, you don't necessarily buy the games that are on your wish list. You buy the games that you see your friends playing, which means the games that tend to do well are the games that have a very long playtime or that are highly replayable because you see your friends playing them a lot. And that's huge. And multiplayer games in general tend to sell really well. Not like couch co-op, but online multiplayer. You can, if you want to know this stuff, you can always follow Ryan Clark. He critiques this stuff a lot. He always goes into it. He does a Twitch show, which I should ask him about. I'm curious why he does it. I mean, he's a very practical dude. He's very careful about how he spends his time. And he's very business focused. Yep. Fallout 76. But yeah, I wish I knew the magic bullet for marketing. Part of it is, it's good to, you said you're making a 3D puzzle game, Fluffy Zombie? Definitely get into Alan Hazelden's Discord, get to know those people. Generally, if you have a niche like that, like 3D puzzle games, getting to know the other people that are working within that niche is a good idea because then you can figure out how they get their marketing. You can try to piggyback on their market, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if you're doing... Alan Hazelden's Discord is definitely very focused on, what do you call it? Like, he won't say grid-based puzzle games, but it's definitely focused on Sokoban style games. In my opinion. More so than other styles. Yeah. I was talking to a marketing team for Kine. I'm still on the fence about whether they'll, I think they want a lot of money. That's what it comes down to. And I've got, like, I don't have the kind of money to pay for them. I don't know if I want to. Like, I don't know how much of a difference it makes. I don't know. Especially for the... At least I can kind of guess how well certain games will do in the AAA or maybe the III space. But, like, when you get down to the... what's gonna do better between a game like A Good Snowman is Hard to Build versus Baba Is You and stuff, fucking I have no idea. Like, Baba Is You could take off or it could completely pancake, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. I just wouldn't. Like, it's unknowable. There's so much variability there. You think Baba Is You will do well? What are you basing that on? Because it's popular in your clique? I mean, it's a great idea. It's cute. It's adorable. I love it. And it's popular in the clique, for sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if it took off, like, in a big way. But I also wouldn't be surprised if fucking nobody played it. Because it did never break out of our indie clique. And I guess I say that as somebody who's not quite in your clique, is the other thing. I mean, I'm in the Discord and stuff, and I hang out with you guys and stuff, but I definitely don't, People are streaming it on Twitch pretty often. Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator, actually. Okay. Hempel's hair is pretty cool. When he streams, he only streams his voice stuff, so I've never seen his hair. Yeah. Yeah, I'm scared about marketing, guys. Yeah, that's the wrong question today, Fluffy. There's just no composition in this shot whatsoever. What should it look like? You just look at a comic. Like Spider-Gwen backstory. I don't feel like that's a very good composition either. These all look terrible. Drink that too fast, now I'm burping. All right. Environmental Station Alpha. I never heard of that one. That's a huge change from that over to a puzzle game. Hey user, what's up, man? Has anyone here ever been killed? There's a lot of ways we could go with that question. I opt for none of them. What am I doing here? Poor Punky, I know you just released a game, but when are you gonna release another game, man? Come on. Feed the never-ending requests. Shouldn't you be working? This is good. Is this okay? I said, are you starting another game? I want to mess with the camera now. I think this is goodish, but it needs like... Oh, you're working? What are you working on? Another Sokoban game? Sokoban. A city building game that'll make people upset. City building games do well, man. You need to cry. Cities cry lines. Have you considered making a Sokoban dating sim? I hear dating sims are hot. No, that looks awful. Too much. Too far. You made an outline for a dating sim when you dated the dating sims. Interesting. Did it have recursion? Could you then date the person dating the dating sims? I don't see why people need to be involved in this at all. Just let the dating sims date the other dating sims. At that point, it just becomes The Sims. We've reinvented an existing game. This looks awful. I hate this. I liked the idea of the lines moving down and pointing at her, but I dislike that it sucks. The part I don't like is the part where it sucks. Maybe it's not the worst idea. I'm not. Date the game in the game. Okay. It also features such ideas as carbon dating, a fossil dating, and dating sim, cryptosexual, a blockchain-based relationship simulator, and dating for Godot. Good God, Port Ponky, make this. Dude, why aren't you making this? This is the winning idea. I don't understand why this doesn't exist. Okay, so is this an upgrade from where it was before? Dating with Bennett Foddy. I'm telling you, man, you're on gold here. This is some real gold. You could get Bennett Foddy as a co-collaborator. Or you could just get him to don't explain anything. Don't mention it's Bennett Foddy. Just have him like the entire time do a voiceover. Don't even tell him what the voiceover will be. Let him just stream of conscious it. Let's just see what he comes up with. There's a lot of ways you can go with this. Poor Ponky, I'm really concerned you're ignoring your best idea. Oops. So that's what it'll look like. No. Dating with Bennett Foddy isn't like a normal dating game. Instead, it's an endless long silence over dinner during a date that isn't going well, whilst Bennett Foddy introspectively overanalyzes every part of the non-interaction. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play Getting Over It. I'll give it the best trailer for an indie game in a long time, though. I didn't ask this girl out. Because I wanted to speak with her. This is an act of cruelty. See, this is bad. We can't parody that without being hurtful. I got no... God damn it. There's a lot of inappropriate jokes that can be made in this moment that I will not make. I have learned. My lessons. Alright, why isn't print screen? What don't I like about it? I don't know, I just don't like it. It's just not there. Yeah, I think it just needs to be down more. I swear to God, I'm just moving this camera back and forth and then back again. I've reached... I'm not even trying new ideas, we're just noodling forever. something up here. The hell are you? Alright, let's try this out and see what it's like. I will draw under that. This. No. Let's see. Give me art source, cinematics. Background overlay. I don't know what to call these things. Maybe we'll call this, maybe I'll just call it what it is. Opening, I mean, I might reuse it in other places. Opening 04 or 07. Sure. So now we'll go screen overlays. Let's bring in opening 07. Set it to be UI. Let's add that to the spreadsheet. I'm not gonna, oh right. I'll duplicate this. Overlays 07. Oops. There's no reason to make this a. Okay. No. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rename this background overlays. This is the material. I'm going to create a bunch of material instances off of it. And I'll call this background overlays black default matte. And then let's just delete this. Let's create a material instance from it. And we'll call this background overlay opening 07. Material instance. Okay, so now we just have an instance of that one material, and on this instance we will change the texture. And I hope this works. If not, we will fix it so it does. No, I can't put a material in. All right, so we're gonna modify the struct that I created. You don't take a material, you take a material instance from now on. Does this mean I have to go back to all the other ones? Yes, it does. Okay, so I've blown away all my data. Also, this is broken. Which is fine. I've only made, like, I've only started this, so it's no big deal. So I will have to take the default matte, create a material instance, background overlays. What do we call you? Panels 01. Background overlay. Panel 01 material instance. Okay, and that's fine. And you will be what I use for all the opening scenes. Not this. This doesn't need one. Clear. Just for now until I replace it. And here's the new one for 07. Let's see if it works. No, of course not. It's not going to draw over the level. Interesting. So what if I want a different material? And on the new material, I want you to draw over the world, but not the characters. So I'll call you background overlays. So default, draw behind everything. What should I add? So 18 is the characters, 19 is the characters that aren't the thing you're currently playing. 19 is the currently playable character, 20 is the world. So what if I just say there's a lerp here? I'm just gonna add instructions to this one and keep it as one master material. There's gonna be a lerp that says if this is true, add this in to the bit mask. And we're going to create a scalar parameter that is just draw over world, which is by default 1. Let's make a boolean. I've never done that. Boolean parameter, static bool parameter. Yeah. Draw over world. No, you're not feeling that. That's cool. You don't have to feel that. That's fine. That's why I don't do that. Okay, so draw over world by default is true. I'm gonna go back to calling you default overlays. Background overlays, default material, and for this version, draw over world is 0. Hey, should be 1 by default. Sort party, default value 1, slider max 1. But you're 0. Good. Two things. First thing. This moves up a bit. Actually, am I working in the right? Let's image mode. What are we doing? Image canvas size. Can I change it by the pixel? Oh, okay. File name. My monitor's fucked up. It's 1920 by 1200. It should be 1028. If I, you know, didn't buy monitors off of Craigslist because I'm poor. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Duplicate. Here. Okay, all of this is wrong. That should be there. Which means this is merged. I wish I hadn't merged that. But this should be here. And save. Let's see if that looks better. It's not bad for a first pass. Alright, now I gotta get the lighting right. I kind of like want a card that looks like a spotlight. Could do a camera facing sprite. I could do, I mean, I guess I could use what I'm using for the lights. Why rework that? I never really loved it. Also, where is that stuff? I haven't done that in an age. Don't know where I put it. Okay. And you can kind of see, like, it's not great. Do 3D, like I could do camera facing sprite. Camera facing sprite is probably correct. I'm gonna need spotlights at other times. I should just bite the bullet and do it. They're such a pain in the ass though, because you never... They're surprisingly a pain in the ass, and I don't want them to rotate into the world. Could do a weird scrolling UV thing. That's probably overcomplicating this. Let's just start with a plane and see where we go. Maybe, at least for the scene, I can probably get away with a plane. This is the Unreal Engine, Bob Jones. Can you guys still hear me? This is a test of the microphone. Yeah, alright, looks like it's working. Alright. Okay, now it's got a little blue. You just ask how the Unreal Engine is compared to JavaScript or other engines. It's a complicated question, Bob Jones. I'm not sure how to answer that, man. Are you comparing the visual scripting language to JavaScript? What the hell am I doing? What am I doing here? Okay, so I've got... Alright, when you're in the shadows, I know I take you from a desaturated color to a purple. What the hell is highlight dark? Okay, so there must have been something here at some point that was caught. Right? No. Okay. I see. Okay. Interesting. Is this ever used? Highlight dark. God, I don't know what that would be used for anymore. That might have been an experiment I started at one point and got rid of. Hey, Calvin. What's up, man? Oh, Bob Jones. I was just wondering what you were talking about. Because you were comparing a programming language to a game engine, which is kind of uncomparable, I think. I mean, I guess. We haven't really blurred the lines there very closely yet. Like, I would compare JavaScript to other programming languages. I wouldn't compare it to the Unreal Engine. Unless you were talking about the way JavaScript is used in, like, a thing. Though I guess I don't know anything about Java, so maybe I'm way off. Maybe Java is the game engine sort of thing, but I thought it was a programming language. I don't know a quick way to figure out if this is ever used. Guess I can go to the player pawn. See if it's ever dynamically set. It is. On hovered. I see. Highlighting when you're darkened. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Fair. That's fair. Okay. So this is if the character's inactive and you highlight over them. Okay. This desaturated is when okay. This is what I want to mess with. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm going to kind of want to piggyback on what I did here. I might be able to just use it. Let's go into the scripting for this level. On begin play, grab the accordion. Get material. Grab your skeletal mesh component, get all the materials. For each material. Set parameter. Each material cast to dynamic. Cast material instance dynamic. Set scale parameter. Highlight dark. Hey Middle, what's up, man? Set material in that index to this material. Go. Had to end sometime, Middle. It just means you appreciate the next one more. I'm excited to get back to work. No. Okay, so that didn't do anything. For Rue. Get your skeletal mesh component, get materials. For each material, cast a dynamic. Just gonna verify real quick that didn't work by changing this to something outrageous. No, multiplying by 1 is not outrageous. Multiply by 0. So this didn't get set. Why? Did I screw up? Definitely highlight dark. Maybe I have to set the material before I change the parameter. Super definitely not working. Okay. Why are you not working? Yeah, I thought I could just do this. Ha. I'm doing this all over the place. I don't think I need to. Do I have the right thing selected? Yes. I don't know what to say. This should work. Maybe it is working. She's definitely brighter. That's a quick way to find out. She should turn black. Okay, yeah, it is working. My bad. Alright, so we now have the ability to manipulate this. What this is doing is it's multiplying it by 1.5. So I'm taking the character, I'm desaturating it quite a lot, I'm multiplying it by 1.5. And I'm fading to purple over the absolute world position. Interesting. I want to be able to manipulate this for reasons elsewhere. So I'll convert some of this stuff to parameters. Maybe I don't want to. I'll just delete a bunch of instructions I'm not using. So this is what I do for the highlight. I don't want to fuss with this. I just want to add a new thing. Maybe I just add a new material just for this shot. Do I need to fuck with the master material for this? Probably not. It does seem kind of stupid. Yeah, I want the control of just setting a new material on the character for the scene. So here's what we'll do. And I want it to be able to update, because if I re-import this character and the materials get scrambled, I don't want that to fuck things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... Okay, do I add it to the master material or not? For workflow reasons, it would be better to just bloat the master material and have different things in the material instance. But for long-term workflow, for short-term workflow, it's easier to just dupe the damn materials. For performance, it's probably better not to bloat the master material for no reason. For a single shot. There could be other shots, but we don't know that yet. Let's dupe it. Character material. Cinematic blue. Oops. Do I really not need any of that? Let's just move this away for now. So I'm probably going to cut this material down to just this. Weird. Okay, for skeletal mesh, get materials for each material. If is class of, it's material instance. Material. What are you an instance of? Get base material. If this is character material, then it's set material. This. I know there's going to be problems with this. I just want to see that it works. Let's play that. Hey Marcos, what's up, dude? Okay. Well, that's not great. Quick check. Are you still the character material? I'm what do you call it? Compiling the character material. She didn't change, so that's good. So it means she should be set to character material cinematic blue, which is apparently very, very, very dark right now. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's make this color super light. I see. I meant to get rid of this highlight dark because I'm not setting that anymore. So I'm just getting rid of that concept. Let's recompile and see what we get. Okay, there we go. Okay. I want you to be very blue. Too blue. We have found a blue that is too blue. Okay. Alright, now I need to fix things. So like, so they're just pulling from this. What they need to do is, I wonder if there's a way to do this here. Can I get a parameter? No. Okay. So how about if you are character material. Do this. If you are piano keys. Do this. Target is this. Index is this. I need a new material for the piano keys. Let us copy you here. Piano keys, matte instance, cinematic blue. You are going to derive from material cinematic blue. Let's try that. Yeah, that would be bad. Marcos for sure. As a starter in the Unreal Engine, it's scary seeing this many blueprints. Well, this is definitely a project I've been working on for years, and I'm definitely a person that's been using the Unreal Engine for over a decade, right? Well, let's see. Start with UE3 9 years ago. So this is going to be kind of like a lot, right? Like this isn't where you would start. I would hope it's like cool that it can go this far and that it's not intimidating. But I mean, if you look at anything where somebody's been working on something for years and they're an expert at it, it's going to be intimidating, right? Like, so I hope you don't let it intimidate you, Bane. The Unreal Engine is very powerful very quickly. Alright, so here's where we are now. It's not bad for a start. I'm gonna start fussing with it now. So this material gets blue towards the very bottom. The way I'm doing that is I'm getting the world position of the actor and the absolute world position. I'm saying let's get the Z. Take the absolute world position, subtract 80. Okay, I don't remember what I was doing here, but let's just add nothing and see what we get. This should be a gradient over the entirety of the character. It's supposed to just go into that darker color at the bottom. Yeah, I like that. Not the way it is, but the way it's going to be. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to make that less dark. Just a smidge. I'm going to take what is the top, and I'm going to make that. Hey Ian, what's up, dude? I'm just playing at this point. What's up in Germany, Tank Buster? Fair enough. What I'm doing is randomly changing shit in the material. I know I want the top to be super bright. Probably not this bright. This is gonna look absurd. But let's see where it goes. It doesn't look absurd. Why are you incapable of looking absurd? It should be like white at that point. I'm taking the material, this color, desaturating it. I'm multiplying it by 2.5. I've if I make this number bigger, if that'll tighten the gradient I'm getting over the character. No, it seemed to loosen it. Let's try the opposite direction. Should be creating a gradient over the character starting from the center. Okay, yeah, that's got it. Okay. So let's move that up to about where our head is. So add like 20 units up in Z before I start that gradient. Okay, now make this material. All right. We now have the observed brightness I've been seeking. Now make the dark stuff less dark because it's too far. Yeah, that's pretty standard Tank Buster. You're working on an open world RPG. It's not trivial. Let's maybe I should do this by angle rather than Z height. Just not liking the weird effect I'm getting here. I'm gonna try a couple more things though. I'm gonna move that up a bit. I'm gonna go to the piano keys. Here, I just need this to be closer to, maybe I'll just revert it entirely. So we get one value, because the keys being wider is not looking as good as I'd like. I might have to revert or restart the game because I don't think that's updated. Yeah, wrong thing. Yeah, it didn't update. Ten people. It's a big project, but you're super into it. Sounds cool. Where are you guys based? Oh, were you the one from Germany? You said Germany. Sorry. I retract my question. I guess I could ask where you are in Germany. That's fair. I don't know that. For some reason I thought that would look differenter. So I want you to be less purple, more blue. I want you to be Maybe I should do this by like normal. Because you might get something interesting when the keys move, where they start to flicker and stuff in the light, but do I even want that? Might be distracting. This is not moving anything at all. I'm trying to change where the gradient happens so that it's higher, which I thought I knew how to do, but yeah, well, it did it. Guess I do know how to do it. You're all based in Germany. You've never met in real life. Yeah, it's supposed to look like a piano. Yeah, doing this by Z height is not working out for me, is it? Maybe if I just... I'm not gonna give up on it yet, just yet. I'm just gonna widen the gradient a bit. No. No, this material is just a bad idea. Do I want it to look... I don't know what I want it to look like yet. Definitely. Another thing I need is I need decal. From like right here. Why are you doing this? That's weird. It'd be nicer if you fucking... the arrow was the direction. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain. We're above that. So, oh yeah, the arrow is what works. Huh. Weird. Alright. This just isn't low enough. Got it. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use a decal. What do I have for decal materials already? Not much. Have I not made any decal? I mean, I did the hints. So the only thing that's decals are the hints, but those aren't anything like what I want right now. So, shadows aren't decals. Bullshit. I use decals for the shadows, I remember that. There it is. There's a spotlight. Okay, you decal. You do not receive decals. You do not receive decals. Oh my god, where'd the decal actor go? Well, I cannot find it. Decal actor? Where you at, buddy? There you are, okay. I wonder if I can cheat this a bit. Okay, so the next problem I have, I don't actually like this at all. Use a better spotlight. Where's the one I use for here? What even are you? You a plane? You're a static mesh plane. It's a creative solution. I wonder if I should reuse that creative solution. Certainly gives you more control. Though my issue is still, I want a shadow in the decal. Which I suppose I could do. Now where'd it go? Why is it gone? Are you hidden in game? I bet you're hidden in game. Yup. There you are. Oh, you saw the UE4 stream? Sweet. Cool. I was worried they wouldn't do that. That they wouldn't put it on YouTube and stuff. Did you catch it on YouTube? Alright, so the downside of this is that I really want to change that color real bad. But I don't know where else it's used. But I might just indiscriminately change it anyways. Yeah, that shader's ass. Like, in seriousness, it would look better if I just got rid of the whole highlight in the top entirely. Like, if I was just... We just desaturated her and multiplied it by blue. No gradient from Z height or any of that crap. Or let's try this. We find the normal and see if it's pointing up, and the more it's pointing up, and see the more we like it. Oh wait, no, that was just moving backwards. Don't move backwards. What the hell even is this? Okay, stop it. Alright, I'm just gonna do the thing where I desaturate it, multiply by a color. That's it. Nothing, no Z stuff. Because multiplying it by color is going to darken it, I'm going to add a little bit more blue. Not much. Just to brighten it up again. And now I'm gonna, that's applying to the back, so let's fix that real quick. Level blueprint. Here's where I'm getting all the materials, I'm hijacking them and I'm replacing them. I'm doing it only for Rue, let's also do it for, should we just copy this? This is a level script. This does not matter at all. We don't need to worry about this. What materials on the back here? I don't know if this will work. I'm just gonna say if you're this, or if you are Character material or silver. If you're either of these two materials, replace your material at runtime with cinematic blue. What else do I want to do? Let's just see what that looks like. That is not working at all. Why are you not working? Character matte, silver matte instance. Bet I called out the wrong thing. Character matte, silver matte instance. Huh. So if I was to replace you manually, it wouldn't look good, but I don't know what you're gonna do. So you're definitely the thing that needs to be replaced. Copy. Cinematic blue. Alright, I've changed the master material to point something else. There we go. In the levels, if you see character matte silver material instance, replace it with silver cinematic blue. Ah. For this skeletal mesh. Interesting. I'm just observing. I changed the materials earlier and I'm seeing that, like, I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you see how I'm drawing through the world here? Look, see there's an edge here? And as I move around you can see it. There's a post-proc effect that I'm stenciling out and it's detecting the custom depth buffer stencil. Basically, I need to change how I'm doing that. It's hard to explain beyond that. I just need to change how I'm doing this. I should do that now. Let's just do it now. Yeah. Okay. So let's set this aside real quick. And fix that in the post-proc. Before the tone mapper. Here. I think you're here. want to verify that I'm changing the right thing. Anyway, so I'm seeing this through the world. Let me no longer affect the world. So if it's just here's where I'm stenciling out the world and I'm saying this post-proc effect, don't apply it to the character. The character you're playing is stencil 19, the other characters are 18, the world is 20. So let's just not worry about the world. Let's change the stencil for this particular effect to just be the characters. Yeah, and that fixes it. Okay. So we got an issue here. Which is probably what this was meant to solve. So with the scene depth, fuck. There's gonna be a problem elsewhere too. I have to figure this out. So here I'm doing a thing where I get the scene depth. I solved it once, I bet, right? Here. Am I right? Compare the scene depth to the custom depth in the custom depth buffer. And multiply that by your result. That, I think I've already solved this. Okay. Fuck. That would have sucked. Still could suck. So let's see what this even is. Okay, so this is everything in the custom depth buffer. Yeah. So what this is it's everything in the custom depth buffer that is not being included by something that's not in the custom depth buffer. Because there's stuff in the custom depth buffer that's back here. Perfect. A lot of crap I threw in the custom depth buffer for no reason. Look at all this shit. I need to fix this. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this anyway. It's no big deal. Alright, so this is good. We'll just take this and multiply it by this. And pipe that in. No, actually. Yeah, multiply everything by that. Otherwise the character will draw through the world. I don't think I want to do that. Okay, that problem's fixed. Man, if we don't have that post-proc on, look at how shitty this game looks. Look at this. Look at it. It's shitty. This is it. No post-proc. Post-proc. Doing a lot with post-proc. Basically doing everything with post-proc. This is gonna be weird when I start getting the environment artists working on this and they redo the environments. Because they're gonna try texture things and it's just not gonna work. Because it just isn't. Let's look at that opening scene again. Once we get rid of this element, which we're getting rid of. This element will still be here. Oops. All right. Alright guys, I think that's it for this stream. I think I'm gonna go take a break. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys had fun. Hope you have a fun rest of your day. Hi MSK, I was just about to leave. Sorry, man. Okay. When is it finished? It's coming out later this year. I cannot say when yet. Because I cannot. Because I cannot. But yeah, later this year. Not in the first half this year. Glad I have a sale on you though, MSK. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell strangers. You know, word of mouth, whatever it takes, I guess. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. That's pretty cool. I'll try to be worth it. Alright, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a good day. Later, Middle. Do you want me to host you, Middle? We haven't streamed in a while. I don't know anybody's streaming right now. I'm guessing that's a no. Fair enough. Alright. Later, guys.